what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the Mondo Batman the Animated Series 1/6 scale Mr. Freeze exclusive figure. So as you can see, this is the figure like in the box itself, and I also have the exclusive version because Mondo has two versions of this, like the exclusive version which has extra accessories, and you have like the standard version which has just like a certain amount of accessories, but this one has apparently more accessories in the standard version, just like the Catwoman one did. Now, of course, you know this is based on Mr. Freeze from Batman Animated Series, which I have right here on DVD, the first complete season, volume 1, and I actually have all 4 of them. I actually have the whole Batman Animated Series right here on DVD. And I also had now I know Mr. Freeze wasn't in it, but he was this rare Batman Mask of the Phantasm 2, which I saw in the theaters. But this right here is actually has Mr. Freeze as the antagonist of the film Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, so I even had this on the DVD. See, I'm going to get into this, and by the way, Batman Animated Series is my favorite TV series of all time. So I think I already have said that before, but I'm going to get into this right now. But this right is the actual box that contains the figure. This is beautiful artwork. I think that's really awesome. You can see the image of Mr. Freeze right down the front. Then it has that image of like his ballerina. They also have it right down the side too at the top. And it also says Mr. Freeze 1/6 scale. And this is how you can tell that it's exclusive, because it has this stick on it right now. So that's when you can tell this is actually an exclusive figure. And of course, you know, when you turn it around, it has like the bat symbol on the back, which like is frozen. And then when you open it up, you can see like the figure on the inside. Looks like his accessories. Then this also has a scripture too as well. It says, "I'm beyond emotions. They've been frozen dead in me." So you know that's a line that Mr. Freeze has spoke in the animated series. So I'm going to open this on up. Here's the background diorama when it comes with Mr. Freeze. Very similar to like the Catwoman one. But she's similar to his, because I know his was actually released before Catwoman. Because if you look closely at these, you can see like those blimps. And it say police on it. Let's see if I can get one. Now this is how Mr. Freeze looks when he's still inside like his packaging. He has like 2 separate pieces. One with the figure and the accessories. And he has a second tray like the all this stuff, you know, and some of the exclusive items. What I do first is talk about the display stand that comes with Mr. Freeze. And just like with the Catwoman figure, it's just a standard like Batman symbol stand, which I think is awesome because this is my favorite version of the Batman symbol, you know, or bat symbol. Then it has like the neck piece too right here, so as you can see, what you do is where that slot is right there, you just take this right and just insert it in there. So let's see if it goes in easy. And yeah, it does. Then of course, you know, you can raise this like up and down. I guess if anything, I like this. This is an awesome stand. Being that it was Mr. Freeze, like they could have had like some ice on it, you know, like either frozen or something, but it was still like the bat symbol, but had like snow and ice around it. I must admit that, but it's still cool though. This actually separated from being very similar to the other ones, but it's still cool though. So as you can see, here's the Mondo Mr. Freeze figure. Right now he has like plastic on him still, so I have to take this off. Actually just a little bit. Then he has some look like on his neck too, so I'm gonna see if I can take this off too. Yeah, he does. You have to take this ring around his neck too as well. So what I do first is measure him, and he stands pretty well too. I noticed he's even heavy too. He feels like heavy, so I think that's awesome. But right now when I measure him, he's just a little over 12 inches. So you're like 6 scale size. What I do first is talk about the articulation and the likeness to Mr. Freeze. Now I must admit, you would think this was really pulled out Batman the animated series. Like the detail and the likeness to him, and plus he has like that cell shading look, you know, which makes him look like animated. So I think they did a pretty good job on that. That really looks like good. I'm already impressed with this. And you can see the cell shading, like shading or design is all over the figure, which makes it look like it was out the animated series. So I think that's awesome. And like I say, he feels very heavy too. He feels like he got some weight to him. So I think that's cool. Nice head can like turn, you know, left and right. It looks like he can't really look up, but he can kind of look down somewhat. I see the arms gonna go up and out. Now here, he seems kind of tight. But they do gotta go out like that. I noticed this material right here, even though it looks like plastic, it's actually soft. Like that material right there, that's kind of like hiding its hinges. It's kind of soft material. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm trying to find this bend like in his arm. I know he has like a bend. He can kind of do a split too. It's like not too much, you know, but he can like split. His leg can go back to there. Yeah, as you can see. And he does have a bend in the knee. So he does have articulation in the knees too. And he stands pretty good. You can even crouch him like that. He has like an ab crunch somewhat. And I think, yeah, there's arm. There you can actually bend his arm too, right there. But you can't bend him. So try to be careful. Hand turns too as well. Feet can be turned too. So he has lots of articulation. And he's a solid figure too, I noticed. Oh, this is so cool. Already this is easily one of my favorite 6 scale figures. Because I'm such a huge fan of Mr. Freeze, you know. So this is already like one of my favorite 6 scale figures. He's even one of my favorite Batman villains too as well. So I'm already impressed with this. Now I want to move on to the accessories that come for the Batman animated series Mondo Mr. Freeze figure. First up I have the Freeze gun. Yeah, this is awesome. It's even painted in that cell shaded look, so it looks like it's animated. And that's kind of cool. And then he also has his freeze blast. Now this is very awesome. The way Mondo designed this, it actually is like twirling like it does like in the animated series. You have like the blast coming, but then you have like the actual twirl of the ice, like it's twirling around, and it looks so beautiful. It has like this translucent like look. Because if you look at it right now on the end, you can take this and then you stick it into the gun. So I'm gonna see if I can put it in here. And this like you have to actually push it in too. I'm sure it goes in further than that, but just to give an example that I had of actually look, as you can see. That's so awesome. That's cool. Now up next, Mr. Freeze actually has like his helmet too as well. And this is another one I think is done very good. This is actually like his helmet that he wears over his head. So then what you would do, and you can tell they actually have it painted where it's like frost inside the actual helmet too. But what you would do is just take Mr. Freeze, and you can see like the slide on it, you know, you just like hooking on there and pressing on there. So voila, there you are. And like I said, you can actually turn this too. If I'm not mistaken, you actually can turn it where it looks like it's kind of like frosted and not too frosted. And it comes out pretty easy too, no problem. So see how you can have it clear like that, or I could actually have it where it was right here, you know, the frost is right there covering his face. So I think that was done very well. That's really awesome. Now what I want to do is show like the next accessory, and then this one is another one that is beautiful. The way Mondo did this. This one is actually known as the steam head cover. So this is supposed to be like translucent steam, like as if as if he has taken off his like dome. I know that's what they are calling this. If you like take this off right here, it's like he's actually smoking. Because what you can do is just put this on, and this is another one that just goes right on. It don't look like you're the slots on, but once you put it on, that's how it actually looks. So this side is supposed to be like steam coming off of Mr. Freeze. It's like him, like he done took his helmet off. So I think that is so awesome. And it looks so beautiful, like that translucent look, the way it looks. Even the way he's like reflecting like on the inside, that is amazing. I'm truly amazed at this figure. Now up next, Mr. Freeze has a set of 7 alternate hands. So he actually has a total of 9 alternate hands all together. If you count the 2 that's on him. So he has like these 2 hands. And you can tell something can go on them because they're kind of like open. One thing cool about it, he has a left and right hand for each one too, I believe. Because here's another one, it's like left and right. It's kind of open hand, so you can put something in them, look like it. And then here's like another one. It's like left and right. Then he has this one right here, which is just by itself. I got a feeling this might be the trigger hand. Then of course he has like 2 solid fists on, so he has like a total of 9 hands all together. Now this has to be one of his coolest accessories in my opinion, and this is the actual ballerina that he has like in the snow globe, and it looks just like it did on the animated series. That is so awesome, the detail in that. This has to be one of his best accessories. There's no question I'll be displaying them with this. Then the next accessory that Mr. Freeze has is the actual back tank. And you can see it even has like this peg on it where you can attach it to his back. Because if you look right on his back, you can see where it will go at. Like you can see like the slot. And there's like the peg thing that will hook into his back. So I'm gonna see how easy it goes on. It might be kind of tight. I'm gonna see though. Okay, I got it on too, so it went on. I don't know if I have it all the way in, but it's actually in though. So there he is with his tank too on his back. It's awesome. Oh yeah, now I got his weapon in his hand too, so you can see how the weapon looks. Freeze gun. Now I want to talk about the exclusive accessories that's come with the Mondo Mr. Freeze figure. Now this is one of the exclusive items. It's kind of wrapped in this plastic. It's actually at the gravestone of his wife Nora Freeze. It even has like snow on the top and at the bottom. I thought this was actually removed, but I'm still wondering if it is, because it looks like it can come apart. But it looks like it's actually built and sculpted like this. You can't take it apart. So I think this is kind of awesome to have. Since we do kind of get like a hint of Nora Freeze, in this figure. I think that's kind of cool that they did do this. And again, this is exclusive. This is only for the exclusive versions of this Mondo Mr. Freeze figure. And next up, Mr. Freeze also has an alternate head. There's no question I'll be displaying him with this too, where he's like mad, because he did do this a lot. I think that's cool. Then he has this one here known as Morning Head Mr. Freeze. So this is how he is like when he's like in his cell or something like that, when he's locked away in Arkham, and he doesn't have on like his freeze dome or his goggles. So that's how he actually looks. But then it's awesome. And it is awesome getting him like this too. If it's like normal face when he doesn't have the goggles on, because we do see Freeze like this, usually when he's like locked up. Then he also has like this shattered dome collar that you can put around his neck. So I think this would be kind of cool. And this is actually an exclusive item. This right here is exclusive, and this right here is exclusive. So you have like 3 exclusive items for Mondo. So these right here aren't available in the standard one. Even this ain't on these. These are only available in the exclusive version, which I have, along with the Nora Freeze headstone or tombstone. Another cool accessory, and I guess this would be good to have if you have like the Batman Mondo figure. We have a frozen Batarang. Now that's awesome too. You can have the Batarang and it's like frozen around the ice, where the ice is frozen around it. That's so cool. Because he did this to Batman too in the series. Like Batman would throw one of these and he would freeze it. Now I want to actually compare my Mr. Freeze figure with my Batman the Animated Series 1/6 scale Catwoman figure too. This is another awesome figure. Now her legs are very loose, but she's still like a sturdy figure, and both of these are based on Batman the Animated Series. But I do believe that Freeze is probably the better figure because he's like weighted and he has like some weight to him. He's not like loose, you know. So yeah, I'm just showing both of these off. I think these are awesome too, you know. These are some cool figures. I would love to see Mondo do like some more of these, you know. Cause I heard it's like a Robin figure that they have, you know, on the way, but I don't know if they actually release it. Okay, that's the Mondo Batman the Animated Series 1/6 scale Mr. Freeze exclusive figure. This figure is superb. This is easily one of my favorite figures already, like far as 6 scale go. This is easily already one of my favorite figures that I have, and it's from like Mondo. Now again, this is based on Mr. Freeze from Batman Animated Series, which I have the first volume of right here on DVD, and I actually have the entire series on DVD. I had all 4 volumes. Then I also had the Mask of the Phantasm movie, which I saw in the theaters, and I also have the actual Sub-Zero film, which had Mr. Freeze as the antagonist, like Batman and Mr. Freeze. And he has always been one of my favorite Batman villains. Even the episode of Heart of Ice that he was in, that I think is probably like my favorite episode of Batman Animated Series, without a doubt. You know, that was the one I was really so crazy about. But there was like tons of episodes in Batman Animated Series that I was crazy about. And like I said, that was always and has always been like my favorite TV series of all time. Is Batman Animated Series. But y'all definitely recommend picking this figure up if you could find it, because I know they have them like on Mondo. Because at first on Mondo, they had only like the standard version because the exclusive one was sold out. But when I kept checking them, they actually had put the exclusive versions back. So I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if orders were canceled and they were actually able to put the exclusive versions back, you know. But I'm glad I was actually able to get the exclusive version. I know they had like 3 extra accessories, like the Nora Freeze, Tombstone, like the alternate head, like the morning head, and also like the what else it was? Yeah, the shattered like glass thing under his dome. I know they had a couple exclusives, you know, like, but it's still awesome being able to actually get the exclusive, because I also have the exclusive Catwoman from Mondo. So y'all definitely recommend picking this one up. And like I said, this is easily already one of my favorite 6 scale figures that I have, you know. So yeah, this is the Mondo Batman the Animated Series 1/6 scale Mr. Freeze exclusive version. Please leave a comment and subscribe to as well.